Meeting form. Oh, yeah, I know those things.
Presentation is the one that is online for the insurance.
And then that totally makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So she was gonna bring it to them.
Hey, so where's your neighbor at? Neighbor can leave you? Yeah. He left, she brought him with you. She knocked on the door, brought him with you. Yeah. I can't walk for someone else.
This is I got up, did the workout, I hit before the workout, I was after the workout, I hit back breakfast.
You worked out this morning?
Yes, okay. I'm on here. It's so great, it's great, but that's just what that's. I'm sorry, or myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said, now you don't. No, I said, fuck you. He said he was coming.
You're a good neighbor. I can tell he's pretty happy.
Other people who don't have. That's.
No. We're paying way right.
Is that right? If I don't have the patience with myself, I can have other places. So I'm working on me, so I just think, oh, no, I can't wait. It'll be, I hope this year.
I spent almost a weekend.
Big,
Yeah.
here?
They had something every day, so I just across the week, I just got familiar with everybody. I probably said, if you go to the calendar, I'm gonna be back here tonight. There's a class tonight. 6 o'clock. 6.
What, six?
It's an AI.
You know, that's my thing.
I know, right?
I'm gonna be here.
Well, it's funny, because look at who's posting it. He's an old friend.
Is it?
Yeah. We're like, he's a social. I worked with him and they do it for like 10 years.
You know, I'm fascinated with that.
You should come in. You should come in. His name's Rodney Bill. Rodney Bill, good friend of good dude.
I would be here. Yeah, I didn't know it was every day.
That,
I didn't know they had stuff every day.
look at their calendar, it's like, it's full up.
See, I got a lot of information from my neighbor. So they need to obviously something I'm doing something. And that's how I got with it. I'm gonna have to get this out information on my.
Hey, so have you heard of Store? Have you taken the Store in it? Which is? Well, shit. You can check it out. I'm gonna see me.
Oh, tonight?
I'll text you. Talk to you.
Okay.
So 10 minutes of the hours, 8 hours.
Like, so yeah, what's happening is I meet. I don't get what's going into my head. Clients that I've left. Yeah, so I go there and get that money. I'll be there. So then so then every day. Now, if I can come here, I will get something, or give them food. And they get pull up these
Good morning, everybody. If I can have you go ahead and take your seats, we're going to get started. My name is Miranda Kelly. I'm one of the organizers here. My background is in banking and finance. So if you have questions about that at the end, please come and see me. I already talked to most of you about parking across the street, but if you walked in after I said that, please, if you're parked over here, and I see somebody right there, and I'm hoping they're not coming in here. If somebody wants to quietly nudge her when she comes in, if she's coming here. Oh, yes, she's working. Okay, so the parking there is for the people across the way. We're good. Relocate. And we've got coffee in the back, which is, I'm just going to mention it now because we do have some time. Blind Tiger is one of our sponsors. They caffeinate us every week and we appreciate them. So you're not limited to one, like go back and get more because they don't want to take it back. They don't want to dump it. They'd rather us enjoy it. The other two supporters that we have are this building right here, the ECC Entrepreneur Collaborative Center. If this is your first time, and you are an entrepreneur spirit, you need to, the QR code that stands up or sometimes falls over, that is for the ECC. And if you click on that QR code, that gets you on a weekly email list of events that are here in the building. So in addition, that's a separate one. The one that stands up, yep. That's going to get you to find out what other groups are supporting the entrepreneur community here in the building. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of opportunities. And what I like to do is when I get that email, I look, is there something that I'm really interested in learning more about? I check my calendar. If I don't have anything there, participate. It's 95% of these are free or low dollar if it is a charge. Because our tax dollars pay for this, or these are nonprofits or businesses that want to support everybody. One thing you'll find here is it's very inclusive. So 1 Million Cups supports everybody from idea to 5 years in business. There is, you can do, come back and tell us, like if you've had a success story and you want to come back after 5 years, absolutely. We've had people come in with an idea, take what we gave them, and then came back 6 months later because they pivoted based on our feedback. And it's a cycle and it's a safe space. We show less grace to ourselves than we do to other people. And so coming in here and saying things out loud or hearing other people say it out loud allows you to know that, okay, somebody else is going through that too. So that's what we're trying to create. The other organizations that are on that list are also here to support you. The QR code that's flat, that's the Kauffman Foundation. They're why we are here today at 9 to 10 o'clock every Wednesday. It's a nonprofit. They created 1 Million Cups to support the entrepreneur community across the country. It's only in the US. And the idea is that on Wednesdays from 9 to 10 in the time zone that they're from, everybody's meeting and maybe that adds up to 1 million cups of coffee. Who knows? But that's the concept. Kauffman Foundation supports us. If you click on that QR code, it just lets them know, yes, we've got dynamic new clicks when people are new. After 3 times checking in, you then become eligible for swag. And if that happens, you can go to David or Shayla. Shayla in the back wave and David over here. They will help you get your swag. All right. I've talked about how did you, okay. For the people who are new, raise your hands if this is your first time. Excellent. All right. Who's brave enough to tell me how they heard about it? Go ahead, in the back.
I heard about it just through other entrepreneurs.
Okay,
And I did a workshop here for the veteran group, so.
excellent. Thank you so much for reinforcing that. How about the couple gentlemen over here? Yep.
I found out about it from a member of the Tampa Chamber.
I love that. So tell everybody, if it's not your time, if you're not ready to present, you're allowed to lurk. You're allowed to come in and absorb all of the information. I would say that, 80% or more of the information and the feedback you get from organizers or other people is applicable to other businesses. We support you 100%. When you go to 1 Million Cups Tampa, just Google it and you go in and you apply, you can set a date to present. I caution you, set it out farther than sooner, because we also offer a dry run where you come in and we go in the fishbowl and sit down with organizers and we go over your pitch and your presentation, not a pitch, it's a presentation. And we give you feedback. So we're not just leaving you hanging. It's not your first time up here. Everybody's nervous. That's okay. Social media. When our presenters are up here, we want to get the word out about them. Please take pictures, tag them. We've got Facebook /1 Million Cups Tampa. On Instagram, it's at 1MCTPA. And then LinkedIn and YouTube are both 1 Million Cups Tampa. I think I've covered it all. We're looking forward to the presentation. The first presentation is People Development Consultants, Raul Castro. Come on up.
Thank you, ma'am.
No. Just forward, backwards. Okay. Hold on one second. So thank you for being here. I'm here to help you with the most important asset that you have in your companies, people. This is the most important. You are building great companies, but the most important asset is the people. My name is Raul Castro, nothing to do with the Cuban one, just in case. A lot of people say to me, okay, you are in the media, no? You're from Cuba? No, I'm not from Cuba. I'm from Madrid, originally born and raised in Madrid. This is a picture when I was a basketball player, and it is for to say that I was fit and I was young. A long time ago, but both things happened in the past. I was working in a bank in Spain for 20 years, and then with my wife / partner / best friend, this is Ruth Arellano, who is with me for the last 38 years.
Yes.
Yes. She is a saint. We traveled to Dominican Republic to work with a business school, and then we traveled to Cancun, Mexico, with all our family to spend another 3 years. 3 years in Dominican Republic, 3 years in Mexico, Cancun, Mexico, working with a tourism company, like an HR global director. This is why I'm involved in the area of human resources. After that, we have 9 years here. Our oldest child needs to start the college, and my wife and myself show each other and say, why not Tampa? And be careful with your dream, no? Because we are here for the last 9 years. No? But the last 9 years, we were working with the tourism industry into the Caribbean area. This is my first explanation in English. Not for nothing, only fear. No, but when I heard your national anthem at the end, say the land of the free and the home of the brave. And this is why I'm brave here in front of you. No? Okay. Three things. Leadership talent is hard to find. It's so difficult to find the right people. It's so difficult to travel with people that can help us. It's more difficult to retain it. I don't I don't like the word retaining, no, because retain is to have people, to keep people without his or their will, no.
Right.
So I prefer to say keep in the company, no? But it's so hard. And the last one is money. This is not a problem of HR. This is a problem of P&L. It's a problem of money. At the end, if you want, I have a tool I can show you to know every penny you are spending in these kind of things, no, in the high turnover. So, what are we doing? The first one is trying to find the correct people for you. It's not easy. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of social networks, LinkedIn, wherever, that you can find people. But to find the right people, to not only hire people for their resumes or for the past. I have an incredible experience. 2 weeks ago, we were practicing this, and I was talking about my past. And I don't know if was David say, man, I don't mind your past. I only mind what you can do from now on. No, so say, wow, this is that we find into the people that we made in executive search. No, to try to find how can you help to the company, to this entrepreneur in the future. The second one is you have good ideas in the top, but at the end, in the operation, doesn't appear. The middle management is the responsible of that. I train them to don't manage the people in the way that they were managed in the past. All of us were managed in a way that we cannot use in the future. And the last one is executive coaching, one-to-one. This is my wife business. And for all of this, we use analytics and assessments. A lot of analytics to diagnose what is happening in the company. Only one situation. 2 months ago, one colleague of mine in Spain said, wow, man, we are trying to hire 2 people in Iowa, one site supervisor, one senior project manager, and we don't find. Can you help us? Okay. 2 months trying to find the people. Here in 1 week, we found 6 people, 3 for each position, and they hired in 1 week. No? So this is that the kind of things we do. We work for startups and scale-ups like yours, maybe mid-sized businesses, companies expanding to the LATAM area, and founders building their first leadership team. And why us? Because we are fast and responsive. We are the bridge between Tampa and LATAM area. We are bilingual, not me. I have accent, but I don't think with accent, I assure you. And the senior level experience, I think, the senior level. So thank you for this time. Thank you for your appreciations, and thank you, ECC, for the opportunity, and for Blind Tiger Coffee for the coffee. And I have 3 books only for the easy questions. So I cannot show the entire LinkedIn because it's cut, but we can fix. If not, I can give you a cut. So thank you.
Raul, thank you very much. Thank you for your bravery coming up and speaking in front of us. The first question that the group always likes to ask is, what can the community do for you?
Speak slowly. No, thank you. The first one is to introduce us to CEO owners. We have a lot of friends, a lot of clients outside US because the tourism industry to the Caribbean area, but not here. So welcome. If you can help us with the CEOs and owners here, it would be a good choice for us. The second one is connect with companies that are expanding to the LATAM area or the Caribbean or are thinking to hire Latin people. It could be, I mean, to a good idea. And the third one is help us with visibility, sharing the marketing team sharing our presentation. And I think it would. These are the things that we can you can make for us. Thank you.
We're gonna open up to the room. Please raise your hands and wait for Raul to call on you.
Please, easy questions.
Oh, no, this should be easy. So thank you for so much for sharing this. Got me very excited. How do you find your candidates that you're, giving to the businesses?
We use not only the public networks, like professional like LinkedIn, but we made announcements. We are in touch with chambers of commerce, and we have a lot of network that we used to say, okay, we are looking for this candidate. If you have some people. This is thank you for your question. This is an interesting question because I think the 50% of the positions there are not publics. They are not. You never know that the company are trying to find, and this is the kind of things we can do, for you to find people where they are. Okay.
Are there certain industries that are more difficult to find the talent versus others, and what would those be?
Yes, great question. Thank you. When these guys call me and say, "Wow, construction," I say, "Construction in Iowa, Midwest." Wow, man, I live in Florida, and say, "But why not? You can find the correct people everywhere." But the most important thing is to know what the company needs, to know what kind of boss has the candidate, because it's so the most part of the resignation is for the boss, not for the company, not for the it's only for the team or for the boss or for the environment where I'm working. So for us, it's important. Okay. I need to speak with the boss and to know the industry and to know the environment and to know a lot of things that they are not written into a job description, no? And this is it doesn't matter the company for me. It doesn't matter the sector, but it's important to know the team.
Could you walk us through your cost structure, like? Where in the process are you making money, and how much does it cost your clients to have you hired?
Thank you. Well, you make some different questions and important questions every week. I come every week here, and these guys, I was dreaming with you. It's important. This is different. Here is a fee. It's a percentage of the salary of the candidate. With this other. Oh no, he was saying the cost here.
Oh, okay.
This is tailor-made. Can make from 2 or 5 people to train, and maximum 25 in a row. And this is we have packages for if you have 5 sessions of 10 or 20 sessions, or and all of this is for people, for person. if you have a team for 1,000 persons, it's easier and cheaper than if you make all the analytics for only 10 people.
But a follow-up question. For the executive coaching, if someone has like brought on their own new team member or executive, are you able to train them to be better at that job?
This is the best question, because this is why I lose my 6 months coming here and say I can or I cannot. Unfortunately, we have a team. We have a team from everywhere that can do these coaching sessions. We have Regla Lisa here to help with the English training, and Ruth Arellano and Alex Wandique. She's from El Salvador, but she's American too. So we have a team that can do these kind of things. And these are our clients. These are our clients in the past. We have clients like Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, Chubb, Mars, that are American, but we only work with them in Spain, in Spanish language in the past. But why not in English? Yes. Thank you.
Some feedback about your presentation.
Yes.
One of the lines that really landed with me was you said that you have a lot of people you go out, interview to hire, and they talk about what they did in the past, and they really focus on the past. And you were saying, I need to know what you can do for me in the future.
No, this is David.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
But I think that really resonated. I don't know, how many times I've spoken to people who are just willing to tell you all about what they did in the past, but they're not really focused on what they can tell you about what the future looks like.
Yeah.
And right now, that's more important than ever.
Yeah. And look at this. We are in the AI era. This is my last book, the first one in English, just in case. So I have 3 for you guys. We are giving these 3 for you. And this is the way of doing. No, you cannot make the same things that in the past. If you have, I'm 58, I need to prepare with the AI, man. You cannot still thinking, oh wow, the old times. Wow, what important I was. The young people say it doesn't matter for me. No?
Not only that, but like one of the other things you see going on in corporations, companies, is the old way of doing business. It's just not the processes that we built enterprises on, 3 years ago. They're outdated because we move so quickly as individuals within companies that it seems to me like it's more about alignment to mission, specific documentation for each individual to follow so that they remain aligned. And I mean, I think we're just changing so rapidly right now in terms of human resources and what we need from people.
We were talking, we have of solutions made by myself without coding any line of code. I don't know how to code, but today the AI can help you. And in the companies, it's so important. Roy?
Raul, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Challenges that you face with generations. I'm talking about Gen Z, Gen X. Now, it's easier to recruit them or not? How do you manage that?
Thank you, Roy. You don't know, but probably this guy, it's the most important person for me in the past, because he helped a lot to me in the past with he was working at Prospera. Thank you. We are working 4 different generations in the company. We have the baby boomers from 1950 to 1965. The X generation is mine, 1965, 1980. millennial. It's 1980, 1995, more or less. 1995 to, yes, 80 to 95, and the Z generation. All of them has a lot of circumstances, but I am a millennial. I understand you because I was born too early, but I have, yes, I have mentality of millennial. When they say, okay, I don't want to, what about the salary? I don't mind the salary. How 3 days have I? But this is not important. This is not important for you. It's important for me. I need free time. I don't work to, my life is not for working. I only work for life. That's the matter. No? So it's important to know the differences, and it's important to show them to the companies and to include into the process of hiring people. No?
We got time for one more question?
Yeah.
We'll give somebody else a shot.
You have the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I want to know what makes your clients come back. Clearly, you've got a lot of clients,
Yeah.
but clearly something you're doing for them is different from any other headhunter. So what is it that makes the people that you bring on as executives better than others?
I think I think I have a sentence for you. But like it's in English. Say, big firms sell you a process. I give you a partner. We are partners. We are like a tandem. You know the tandem concept? The tandem I learned last week. If you want, I can drive. If you want, I can pedal. No? So it's about you. You decide. I'm your partner. Yes?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We got the book.
We got cards and people.
gotta give him one.
I'm so sorry. One of them is for this guy.
The next presenter's information. I mentioned earlier a couple of our sponsors. I also want to mention Nonchalant Creative, one of our organizers, Tori Torres. She does our social media, so if you see her up taking pictures, that's what she's doing. And if you would be so inclined to reach out to her to help your company, we would all appreciate that. Blind Tiger, grab another cup of coffee. I'm not trying to push it on you, like. And then the Hillsborough County and the ECC, thank you so much for allowing us to be here and giving us a safe space to support entrepreneurs. I'm one of the organizers. We have many more who are doing this for you. The most important are David, Cassidy, and Lynn, with Shayla also helping. They are employees here of the building. They handle a lion-size amount of the applications in that process, and we couldn't do it without them, so thank you very much. If you are an organizer in the room, please raise your hand. I know I saw Pam, I saw Walter, but I don't know where he is now. Tori's here, Cassidy's in the back, Shayla's back there, hey. So a couple of the ones that are not here, Dr. Shane Smith, Julia Coffey, Josh Ray, Kate Heath, Lynn's not here. We appreciate all of you and the support, and I always tell people that I'm going to continue coming back and helping and supporting as long as I receive feedback. Like, I have people come up to me after and say, hey, we really like the feedback you gave us. It made a difference in our presentation, and that's what it's all about. I want this to be a safe space. Again, banking and finance questions after, come see me. I have mentioned everything on my list, and now I'm going to welcome up Melissa Tully with Encountive. Thank you.
My name is Melissa Tully. I'm the CEO of Encountive. I am a nurse. First of all, I'm wearing my uniform, just to make that clear. I'm a licensed nurse in Florida, and I'm Compact State aligned. So I can work really anywhere in the United States, which I think that's pretty cool. I've been a nurse at the bedside for 20 years, and then I was a nurse clinical educator for 15 years. So almost equal experience in training nurses, but my work has always been based in a hospital setting. And I respond to quality issues in the hospital. So when things are dropping below okay, the clinical educator comes in to save the day. So that's a little bit about me. I have a picture of my accomplishments a little bit. I've written 2 books. One, The Art of Soft Skills in Healthcare, really guides me daily now and how I'm thinking about improving soft skills in a hospital setting, as well as anywhere in healthcare. Pictures of me in the sim lab. So I have 15 years in brick and mortar simulation with high fidelity mannequins and actors and actresses that are used to train healthcare professionals in difficult conversations, end of life conversations, conflict resolution. And as you can imagine in patient care, there's a lot of difficult conversations that we have to train before we have to deal with it in real life. So these are some of my learners. And then very proudly, when I worked at All Children's Hospital, I worked with Jen Arnold, who is a fantastic healthcare simulationist who's published so much groundbreaking research in healthcare simulation. And a lot of what guides me today are the fathers of simulation. I've been involved in it so long now, I know who the true leaders are. And very, very excited about what we have at our advantage now. So, you know, I can say with certainty that we have a nursing shortage because I was actually in the hospital yesterday.
Oh, no way.
I didn't take it off because I just wanted to tell you, we are all patients. Okay, I'm a nurse, but listen, I was a patient yesterday. And do the problems exist that I speak to right now? Yes. I was really sick and I was in the waiting room for 30 minutes. So uncomfortable and just, God, it was awful. But here I was in all these people, loaded waiting room, loaded ER. Every bed was full. They couldn't get me into a bed. They ended up moving me into an unused room just so I could lay down. It was another 30 minutes before I had a team come in to start an IV, which unfortunately that didn't go very well. And there was a second try and then a third try. I'm dehydrated, right? So then there was the lack of empathy. And at the last part of it, which really killed me the most, is that the IV didn't even all the way go in before they were discharging me. I said, you know, I still have about a half a bag there. Well, we got a loaded ER. We're going to need to get you out. And I'm a nurse and I know that's illegal. That's called documentation. That's illegal to say you've I paid for it, you know? But yes, I did not have a completed IV before it was discharged, admitted for dehydration. So as you can imagine, our healthcare system is broken. It's broken on so many levels, but many of them are about reasoning, clinical judgment, empathy, follow through, advice. So we have a nurse making shortage right now. We have such a nurse making shortage. And when I say this, I mean that, you know, part of the reason why that ER couldn't get me in is because they didn't have enough nurses. At the bottom line, that is what keeps the ER from moving patients in. What does it mean when we have a nurse making shortage? Well, we had this year 93,000 qualified nursing applicants turned away in 2025.
What?
We cannot manufacture nurses fast enough, even if we had enough applicants. So the pipeline jams at one point, capacity, too few faculty. So to teach in nursing, you have to have an MSN, you have to have a certain number of years of experience, and you have to be a qualified faculty member. Too few clinical seats. What that's about, clinical seats are not what you think they are. Clinical seats are actually in the hospital, standing beside another nurse and following and shadowing that nurse. And then too few preceptors. Preceptors are mentors in nursing, and those are the people who actually lead you from I'm a novice to I'm an expert. And a mentor does that just for nurses, and we call them preceptors. So we have 190,000 RN openings every year through 2034. 190,000 nurses short. And we have a 10% national shortage right now. So everywhere you go, they don't have enough nurses. However, things are about ready to get better. With the American Talent Strategy, I don't know if you've heard about it, but just recently in July, went live. It said that we will give you Pell Grant. If anyone here doesn't know what a Pell Grant is, it is a grant given by the government that you can use that money any way you want, living expenses, books, rent, you know what I mean? Like you can use it, it's money, free money for you to go to school, and the Pell Grant is north of $5,000. And depending on the program is larger. In those, the workforce Pell Grant can now be used for programs that are 8 to 15 weeks, such as LPN, medical assistant, CNA, all of those entry-level nursing ladder positions are now, you can use a Pell Grant for. It pays for hours and it demands outcomes. What does that mean, demands outcomes? So what that means is that Trump has made it a very clear driver right now that we are not just graduating people from universities and expecting them to get a job. We are graduating people who are employable from day one. So outcomes matter. If they are not employable from day one, that grant stops coming to your program. So I'm out of time. So I'll just stop there, leave that. And I want to say before I ran out of time, that is my QR code to my website, and be glad to answer questions now. So.
First question we like to ask is, what can the community do for you?
A whole slide built around
Can I
it.
ask a real quick question?
No.
Okay,
This is her time.
all right.
So I really need insider contacts to programs that are running these kind of programs. I would like advice on how you see this playing out in Hillsborough County. I would really like to start in Tampa. I would really like to work closely with my first programs to make sure they're successful. So Tampa's my home and Florida's my home. Go ahead.
Cool. So you did a great job of describing the problem. I'd love to hear more about the solution and what your company is specifically doing about it.
You got
What's the problem?
Thank you. It was hard not to, I was just, a patient yesterday, so I was really.
Absolutely.
So what we are is, I've been working with artificial intelligence since 2022. I've been building simulated personas in that space for other software companies for many years. And it's healthcare simulations. So what I create is the difficult patient, the really difficult situation. I create the persona that creates the kind of tension and challenge that a learner needs to experience before they're in the real world with the real patient. And then I use expert debriefing from evidence-based practice. We know in healthcare simulation, there are specific ways that we do an after-action review or a debrief or a discussion of what occurred during an event. And this is Jack Rudolph. I named him after, I should say, the mother of simulation, Jenny Rudolph. She is considered one of the greatest debriefers in the world. And I cry to almost say this, but Jack Rudolph is that good. I've seen him debrief all kinds of situations because I've played into that a little bit to see how he would take it. He's the best debriefer I've ever seen, and I've seen Harvard debriefers. I've seen Johns Hopkins debriefers debrief individuals, and he's that good. It's the ability to read emotion and drive into one of the core things that occurs with us and patients, which is emotional regulation, where it's very difficult when you have a patient falling apart in front of you to maintain your own ability to calm them. So that's one of the things he's great at. So that's what we do. So the really cool thing about this I want to mention is that simulation is equivalent to 50% of clinical seat time. That means hospitals can count. Go ahead.
Melissa, I need you to Fisher price it down for us. What is your product? Who is your client? And how much does it cost?
It is a product that tutors nurses one-on-one. So it's a tutoring engine. The problem, of course, is the nursing shortage. And how much does it cost? Pilots are customized. So the product itself, I fit into your organization. So if you're a hospital, I'm going to create my learning objectives around your quality problem you're trying to fix.
And doctor groups and hospitals are going to be your client?
Yeah, and I can work definitely in programs. So if you're a medical assistant training program, if you're an LPN training program, if you're any kind of program like that, I create your tutoring system. And that actually is down to the learner level. So every learner has their own record of their conversations with the tutor. and they are constantly growing based on that. So every individual has their own tutor. Jack. So yeah. I don't know which one. Okay, you.
Well, first of all, good job. My mom is a nurse. I've been an educator for many, many years. So I love what you're doing. I love the simulation. I understand the problem because one of our best friends could not get into nursing school, tried, finally just did the LPN and does traveling nursing, making more money.
She did the latter.
It's just, it's the reality. So I understand that. But are you saying that this product, if I'm the LPN or the CNA, I can do this product right here, and then I can be more applicable to go into a nursing program because they're not letting nurses in the program. I don't know.
I love that you asked that because actually I'm keeping my eye on the future. I've been in this field of healthcare simulation for a long time, and what I've seen happening is assessment. So what is really paramount now is that we can assess you to determine if you're competent. With this product, we can assess competency. We can assess clinical reasoning. We can assess judgment, and we can assess your emotional regulation. Those things driven into the competencies and LPN needs to be good, we can actually document that with defensible data, which means if you graduate from something like this where there's defensible competency data, I have a way of transmitting all of that information to whoever wants it. And that would be an employer, that would be a nursing school, that would be whatever. And that's what they really want, right? They want people who are really learning and trying to move ahead, and this defensible competency documentation. When I say that, what I mean is, say you have a transcript and you're talking about a really serious situation where a nurse has to use clinical judgment. I have the transcript of the whole conversation as well as the documentation to back that up, that they knew what they were doing. So yeah, go ahead.
Great presentation. I was at work at.
Yeah, I know you know all about this.
And recently I just actually got the nod from nursing school because I failed the TEAS test. So would you be able, two things. One, you work with students one-on-one getting into nursing. So would you be able to help somebody one-on-one study, help pass the TEAS test, or the HESI as an entrance exam? And then two, like at the end of nursing school or any services to pass the NCLEX, which is the certification you need to become a nurse, registered nurse with the AN and the BSN in nursing. Do you help with the NCLEX as well and tutoring in that?
So I haven't built that yet. When I say yet, I mean that the roadmap is wide open for me. I'm AI first, and I've been using AI for at least 4 years now. I'm getting better and better at it. I'm systems thinking. I can build anything very rapidly, and it's pretty good now. And I believe the key to that is domain knowledge. If you have domain knowledge, whatever your domain of knowledge is, lean into it and really push it right now, because this is where we're at. Yeah, go ahead.
Great presentation. Quick question on some food and thought. The pandemic drove a lot of nurses out of the career field. How are you looking to use that as an opportunity to niche it down and reach out to that audience? Yeah.
So you know what happened is it's called burnout, man. They were under extreme duress, and it was horrible. You can imagine. And myself, I was working hospice at the time. So my patients were super sick, and I was going into my garage, undressing and running to the shower. And the emotional weight of that. And then I think that's going to happen again. I don't think that we're out of the woods in terms of what's going to happen to pressure healthcare down, but I do believe robotics will help us in our future pandemic, I hope. Because there were a lot of lives lost, great physicians and great nurses that lost their lives during the pandemic. So I do hope that what this does most of all is empowers humans to be better at the human things that we need to do as humans, and use robots where we have to for our lives. So yeah, I'm hoping this solves it. Go ahead.
So one quick note by your presentation is that you mentioned Trump by name, and I think, seeing as we're still kind of divided as a country, you may want to stay away from that.
Okay.
I heard some inhales when that came out.
Oh, you got to admit the American strategy content, because honestly, universities right now,
Oh my gosh, I'm so sad. They're,
Yeah, I mean, the situation's
yeah.
dire to say the
No,
least.
still
But the
Trump.
point is just, yeah, don't, I wouldn't say people by name. We could talk about like the legislation maybe.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right.
But the thing I wanted to ask you about was, what are your actual clients saying about you? Like, what have their experiences been with you? Because you talked about the solution. I want to know what people's like reaction to your solution has been.
They're usually amazed, like stunned. They usually can't quite believe what they're seeing or hearing. The QR code, you can see a demo on our, let me get you back to the QR code. You can log in, play around. It's a medical assistant training app.
Website, because some people here won't click on a
Go all
QR
the way
code.
down. Oh,
Okay.
it's Encountive.com.
I don't know what I did here.
Right there.
Oh, and then this is my ask, because I was a little sick yesterday, so I might have leftover morphine in me, but that is my ask.
It's all right.
Leave the QR code on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Missy,
Yes.
why don't you go in and at least explain the.
Do y'all want to see a demo?
Well, also the speech aspect, what the tool does with the speech. You haven't talked about anything to do with the speech, it's all been taught. You know how it speaks?
Okay, so these are people that interact with you. You're talking to a two-dimensional avatar.
It's not just doing text and
It's not a chat.
books, It's
Yeah,
actually.
it's real emotion and people that are talking to you. Yeah.
I will say, I love the product. We talked about it a little bit before. I got to see it demo a little bit, briefly. As somebody who worked in the healthcare field for a little bit, I think it's a great opportunity for like, it's a good tool for nurses and students to slow down. Because you're so busy, it's stressful. We get it. There's a lot of burnout. You're dealing with the stress of the patient, you're dealing with the stress of work in general. It's a good place for them to slow down and kind of see what's really going on. And the debriefing of like, I just talked to a patient, you might not understand like what they're feeling, because again, you're not thinking of that sometimes. You're just thinking, I gotta do the job, I gotta do this. And then you get back and then it debriefs you, you're like, okay, now I know this person's a little stressed out, they might be a little scared, because again, we didn't have time for a demo here, unfortunately, but I recommend everybody like at least talk to Melissa afterwards. It's amazing how like it just by hearing the person's voice, it breaks down what they're feeling, at least for the most part, of course. Nothing's perfect, but it's a good starter. And I think it's like, it's gonna be great for teaching and for people who are already on the field.
Yeah, I definitely see it in professional development, and also I have tested my concept on systems that are trained for training entrepreneurs in negotiation. And I've created one for sales. And those are not, I'm not a domain expert in entrepreneurship or sales. So I used content that's based out of that to create simulated sales calls and simulated negotiation. It's quite good. So
Just a quick one, she's not installing any programs, this is all browser based, so anywhere you go, you have a browser, you get into it.
So, question, and I don't think I know it, but how much does your program cost per student or per agency that you go to? What's the cost base?
it sort of depends on the complexity. So if I have a very, very basic product, we might be at $99 a student. But if it is a complex product that involves learning analytics and cohort improvement, and what I mean by that is I'm looking at 500 students and I want to be able to move an entire cohort to a new culture, I can do cultural training with this product as well. So we want to change culture. That's going to be a bigger product. It will be more expensive. Cultural change, that'd be a year at a minimum. I mean, it would be a iterative, spaced learning so that the cohort would go through different simulations spaced over time. That culture change is probably the hardest.
You mentioned $99. Was that a month or a year?
That would be for a very, very basic package for maybe 3 scenarios. Because they take
for a month or a year. Which price? Is that?
9 weeks, 10 weeks.
Oh, for your whole thing.
For a pilot, a basic
Yeah,
pilot.
the one thing where we have struggles on is because it's all AI, we're having to make calls to AI to get the voice, to get the analytics, that kind of thing. So we've got it all smooth and in tune, but that's some of the challenges that we run into.
Listen,
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
so with any AI project, one of the most important parts is the validation or the testing at the end, make sure there's not, bias and.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? So you spoke about how you've created kind of the greatest debriefer in the history.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
how do you make sure that that's true for what like the 22-year-old who just graduated out of FSU needs rather than what you with 35 years of experience?
I'm glad you asked that. So I actually have a solution to that, and it's a little bit of IP. But yeah, I have done that. The due diligence of ensuring the validity. Yes.
Good answer.
Huh?
Good answer.
Yeah, it was a very serious concern that I addressed first because it's got to be right. It's healthcare. We can't risk anyone on this one. It's got to be right.
Completely agree.
Do we have any more questions?
Go ahead.
So who all was on your team and could you introduce?
Yes, please. So this is my chief commercial officer, Jeff. He's been in operations for a long time and he gets the business aspect. Again, I'm a nurse and an educator, so I'm in a whole new world right now. My husband was in IT for 45 years. He worked in enterprise level infrastructure and also was on the AI Tiger team at Hewlett Packard Enterprise for 7 years in his last end of his career. So now he's starting a whole new life as a founder. And then our other member is Nisha Patel. Nisha Patel is a product manager. She is a love and passion for making products that really work for the end user. So she's my right hand that keeps that product aligned with what healthcare really needs.
Quick question, the different scenarios that you guys use, you guys go through CPI as well with your nurses? They're like, anything, because I know you guys got debrief, but when there's a situation where I've seen patients losing, well, not patients, but, visitors, family members entirely losing their mind if their loved one is out and about and you're trying to debrief them. Is there a way of using like a bit of CPI within the tutelage or?
I think what you're talking about is recitation conversations and end of life conversations sometimes, and whether we continue CPR and all those conversations. Those are usually in a family member, a dynamic of a doctor and a family member. And yes, we can do that. We can create any scenario. If you're thinking about having video in the background playing of CPR in action, that of course is doable. Not really advantageous to the learning objectives, though. We really want to teach compassion, empathy, and the ability for a physician to really connect in a very short period of time to gain their trust.
Who is your competitor?
So that would be, I can list about 10 of them. I'm not alone. In fact, they're moving really quickly to take in this kind of technology and make their products better. It's a very wide open field right now because of the nursing shortage. And also the reality is that we're all going into new areas, medical assistant training, radiology tech training. This technology didn't exist for us as healthcare simulationists until now. So the entire world of healthcare simulation is beginning to use this technology now.
Wait, I'm gonna cut us off because we've got some stuff. I wanted to give you some feedback. Kate would hurt me physically if I didn't give you some feedback on the presentation. We need you to tighten up and show discipline in. If you showed us the problem, but you dragged that out and we didn't get to hear about what your solution is. So give yourself one slide per each and keep yourself on target, showing us the solution early on. And then testimonials from what you people are using it, showing the different scenarios of how it can engage. Tightening that up will give you tremendous impact. Your passion speaks volumes. And so we wish you luck. We'd love to see you come back. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. For those of you, it's your first time, we hope you see that, a couple of the other organizers say we're not Shark Tank, we're Manatee Tank. We're just going to kind of nudge and nibble you in the right direction. It is very supportive, and it is safe to lurk for weeks or months until you have the impetus to make the
change to presenter. One of the things that comes up, and I'm just going to jump right into it. Walter, if you want to talk about, this is something that could really help you become a presenter.
Absolutely. If you're looking to tighten up your presentation, if you're already a good speaker, we can always use some tightening up. If you're not a good speaker, this is a great place to come to a very supportive group that wants to help you get better in honing your communication and leadership skills. So we're Toastmasters. We meet right in this room, 10:30, right after 1 million comes.
Thank you so much, and I'll let David go over the rest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through most of them just because there's a lot on here. And so, but tomorrow at 10 a.m. we'll get paid for what you know. That's with one of our fellow organizers, Dr. Shane Smith. So he teaches you how to monetize and make online workshops, stuff like that. Whatever you're passionate about. Shane has a very great way of kind of, I don't want to say dumbing it down, but making it more palatable. So you might have all these ideas. How do you make it into something that you can monetize and start making money through it? So that's at 10 a.m. tomorrow. We have on Monday at 8:15, Mindset Mondays, that is with Dr. Shane Smith and I. It's kind of like this, but on a smaller scale. If you want to come and just talk about your business or what you're working on, if you want some feedback from other peers, or if you want to get out of the home office and just get somewhere to hang out for the morning, come here at 8:15. We kind of just talk it out, just talk about what we're working on for the week. And then besides that, if you have any questions on anything else, you come talk to me, Shayla, that's up in the front, or again, scan that QR code or go to hcfl.gov/ECC for more events. And then I have one more thing today. Was it last week the kids were here?
Yeah.
So those kids that were presenting here last week, they have a pitch competition today. That's called the Young Leaders Tomorrow Pitch Showcase. It's at the HCC Ybor campus from 1 to 3, right down the road. I should be attending, but it's free to join in. The freshmen, and of course, those kids are great. I was able to judge last year and thoroughly impressed by what these kids are capable of. So give some support to these young entrepreneurs.
Thank you all for being here. Oh, Shayla, do you have something you want to say?
Yes, sorry, somebody left their glasses here. I know there's big glasses.
Okay. We found it. So please continue to network in here till about 20 after, then we've got to clear out for Toastmasters. Thank you, everybody.
Set up shop here. Thanks.
Hey, what's up? Awesome. How are you doing? Oh, not bad. I didn't see anybody on the agenda. We got one guy's doing his icebreaker. Yeah, a picture. Yeah. I don't see him here. That's happening. You get the agenda, financing and payroll.
Melissa, can I get your mic? Yeah. That would be more like budgeting. I would ask them because